Good morning, Wednesday, May 3rd, I think, 2023 Wednesday, yeah. So it's been raining for 4 or 5 days here, 40 and rainy. Didn't do much out yesterday because it was just raining too much. I had a lot of indoor stuff to do, but today, this is one of those swales, and you can see we got a bunch of stuff cleaned out. We used a rake and pulled all the crap out. You can see the water's flowing now. And we cleaned it all the way up to back in here, which is really wet. And then we're going to put a stake back there just so we know where our boundaries that we like to keep clean. Yeah, so when this dries out a bit, we'll put these piles of salvage onto the trail. We pulled up the middle sections, 1, 2, 3 middle sections. We pulled them up and cleaned out underneath there, so now it's flowing. Just helps keep a nice drain. You can kind of see how the water's muddy, and it's making its way down to some water over here, which makes us believe we need to kind of look over by that tree there and clean out over there, so this part drains too. Okay, so this is by the tree here. And what gets tricky is we have this root here, which I did not want to cut, trying to be considerate of our tree. So I dug underneath so that the water could still get through. I dug underneath that root, and there's a root over there I dug underneath. So now the water can flow down that way and hopefully take a couple inches down off of this section. Let's have a look. This is a part of the trail that I dug down a little bit too deep and then put flat planks underneath, and then I put topsoil and wood chips back on top. So there is actually armoring underneath that, but that big load of soil actually came from there. So it's like depressed. So now the water collects there. So the intent has always been to put that pile of dirt back where it belongs to raise the level of the trail up a few inches, and then the water will run off towards here where it should. But I have not had the equipment or the energy to do that. But today I decided I'd take some shovels of dirt, put them over here, and I'd take some shovels of wood chips, put them on top. And you can kind of see where I walk. You can see the feet prints sinking. But first, start a little at a time. We'll build up one little section, make it easier for me to cross. And then when I have more energy, I'll come back another day and put some more next to it here, and we'll fill up across, and maybe have to do another layer on top, but we'll little at a time. I can't do a 8-hour day anymore of shoveling, heavy shoveling. I get like a half hour in and I'm ready to do something different. All right, we're a little farther down the trail. Let's have a look at these. Let's see. So the water generally wants to flow this way, and it wants to flow that way. So all the water coming down here, it used to want to cross and go through that swale, which inadvertently I piled a lot of dirt there, so I couldn't do that, so it backed up. So what I did is I made a small trench down this way, because that's a natural flow also. So let's have a look at that. I just cleaned all that out. So all the water that's coming down this way can now divert and go all the way down this way. There's a nice elevation drop so it can get this far. I cleaned all this out with a rake, and then it winds up here, and then this is like a main swale that goes this way and then heads off that way towards the creek. So this takes care of water coming downhill. It'll go that way. It won't try to get across the trail here. But any water that falls here, I need it to go this way. So we just cleaned out this old little swale here, and it's just like furrows from when they used to be farmland with the plow. So just enough to clean it out, and it goes down this way. And you can see over here that all this water collects. This is another person's trail. Kind of needs to get cleaned up a bit here, but that's not my trail. I've been kind of told not to improve it or maintain it, so I don't. The people that use that trail take care of it as they see fit. So this water is coming this way, and now you can see how it starts to flow southwest towards the creek that way. All right, so it's been raining 4 or 5 days here, so there's a little bit extra water on the trail for me. But this is usually muddy till we have a week of 80s, and then it'll start to dry up. So we watched my son's dog over the weekend, so we came back here to walk, and I did notice, this has to get addressed, but I probably can't even pull something through here right now without like hurting myself. So let's have a look down here. Like we kind of like double these up, so there's our somewhat. Even where I have 2-inch thick slabs, it's underwater. Look at these boards just go underwater. So now the question is, what do I do about that? Do I just, I don't know. I guess it's not a bad thing to go underwater. I could add a lot of, we have the wood chip pile, and it was intended to help remediate this trail. So we could pull the planks up, put some wood chips underneath to add some elevation. If we put flats underneath, then the board will sag when you go over it with the heavy tractor. It'll snap it or whatever. So it really has to be a level thing. So that's what I'm thinking, is that we're gonna probably pull these up, put some, like where even is the board here? I suppose. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is pull them up, put wood chips down, put some flats here to underneath the two pieces so they merge and don't kick up. And then these pieces here just are going to be underwater until it dries out a bit. Some of these have got to get replaced. These are kind of shot. But, it was an experiment when we first did it. And it seems to have worked pretty good. But it's been there for a few years, How many years? I don't know. 5, 6. 2019. How long ago was that? 4 years? 5 years? 6 years? Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah. And this is just, that's a lot of water in there. And we can look, we have a deer friend hanging out in the back here. Let's see if we can find our deer friend. Kind of like one of those. There's our deer friend. Yeah. One of those highlight magazines, can you find whatever. So I don't really know how or if this water probably wants to go southwest somehow that way. And it doesn't look like there's an easy way to help move that. So I'll just have to armor this section here so I can hand pull or get the tractor in. Alright, I didn't make too many videos of using the sawmill because it's kind of raining, drizzling all day here. So I just had an inkling to cut another log. So it loaded, cut, I stacked it. This is what we got. This is inch and 3/4 board. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 inch thick boards we're going to use for trail work. And we still have the ones over here to make for stakes and for some trail work too.